Hello.
Hi.
Oh my gosh, we have a special episode for y'all today.
Yes. Today we are going to talk about all things media and what has impacted us growing up and to this day. And also we are cosplaying as our favorite cartoons. To start off with, I am one of the co-hosts for the GirlyPop TV podcast. My name is Koolkayak.
And my name is Blindfoldhero.
Yeah, welcome in everybody. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about, like I said, everything, anything media related, from books, TV shows, movies, video games, characters, animes, and all that jazz.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
And I am cosplaying as Luffy from One Piece today. And Kayak is...
I am SpongeBob. Tee.
Oh, show them your SpongeBob pillow.
Oh, yeah. Right back here.
Nice. We
This is
love
my SpongeBob
it.
pillow. Since I was a kid.
Ooh, wait, you've had it for that long?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's
I
awesome.
even have I don't have it with me. My mom has it, but I have a really long body pillow and it's SpongeBob.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's wild. I love that. I have a meat plush today. Because Luffy,
Nice.
he loves that meat. So we got to bring in the meat. Look, wait, do you want to
Very
see how
nice.
fast he'll eat it? All gone.
Dang, that was so fast. I don't even know where it went,
I
dude.
know, right? That's how much he loves meat.
Love it. I'm going to have this back here so you can look at it.
Nice.
But yeah, so, I mean, to start off with, have you been watching One Piece, for a long time in order to catch up? How, has this been, your whole life type of thing, or has this only been as of recently?
No, it's actually recently. I started it last year.
No way.
Yeah, well, I think 2023. Yeah, sorry, 2023, because this year is 2025 and not 2024. I started, but late 2023, October 2023 maybe.
Okay.
Is when I started. I first started watching One Piece because my friend Goob, you know her, she recommended it to me, so I just started watching. I was like, okay, this is cool, I guess. And I wasn't planning to watch all of it because I'm like, man, 1,100 plus episodes. I don't have time or energy to watch all that.
I know.
So I was just watching a few episodes, just as to hang out with her. But then I got infested, and now I'm fully caught up. So that's just how things work. And I've been to 2 anime conventions, about to go to another one in May, cosplaying as characters from One Piece. So yeah, I'm
Awesome.
pretty infested now.
I love that. I just noticed that both you and I have yellow and red.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Colors.
Oh my gosh,
That was unplanned.
We're McDonald's.
No! Not the inadvertent advertising
I
right
know,
now.
right? But yeah, what
that's
about
awesome,
you?
though.
Have you been watching SpongeBob since you were a kid, I assume?
Yeah, I've been watching it since the first few episodes when I was probably 6.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't know what age I started watching SpongeBob now that I think about it, but I have been a fan for a long time, to the point where my very first email I've ever gotten in my life was SpongeBob fan at
Oh my gosh,
AOL.com.
no way.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. So
That's so
it
funny.
definitely has been a long-term impact on me and my humor and the memes today. I'm just so glad that everyone joins in on the SpongeBob quotes and stuff like that. But yeah, I have been a fan since I was a kid.
I love that. And it's funny because I always joke about why are we friends? Because I've never seen I've never seen a single episode of SpongeBob in my
And
whole
that's
life.
crazy.
And your entire personality is SpongeBob memes. So I always joke, how are we friends?
No, actually, but at the same time, I think that's so wholesome too, because You like something completely different than I do. I mean, I've also enjoyed anime and things of that nature. One Piece though, I haven't really dove in until we had our proposition made where you watch a show I like and I watch a show you like.
Yeah.
So yeah, I honestly I've always heard about One Piece and I've known people who have watched the whole series, but I've just always felt so intimidated by the like over 1,000 episodes. It's super intimidating to me.
Yeah. No, for real. But honestly, once you catch up, I'm like, I wish there were more episodes. I'm like, I need more episodes now. And it's such a like an easy watch. Like, I know when I was watching it, I like just watched it like all the time. Like when I was brushing my teeth, when I was eating dinner, like in the shower, like I just watched it constantly.
No way.
Yeah, because like every episode is like very easy to watch. I think like it's just a very easy and very fun watch. And you get hooked on it too. So you're just like, and each episode is only like 20 minutes long, so it's very easy to like like just watch like 10 episodes in a day.
Yeah, when I was trying to watch it, I'm trying to watch it when I wash dishes because I loathe dishes. So I have to have something to watch. And like I'm not a fan of dubs for animes.
Yeah,
but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad for One Piece specifically, but I would much prefer to watch it sub. But if it's subbed, like I can't understand, so I have to focus more to watch it. So I end up just watching dub right now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So wait, when you're doing stuff, do you still watch it in sub?
Yeah, I can't watch dub. I just can't do it. But not saying like dubs are bad, because I know there's some really good dubs out there. My personal preference is subs, and I just don't like watching dubs.
No, that's valid, because same. I prefer subs over dubs, but I will sacrifice if it means I can multitask.
Yeah, that's valid. And maybe one day you'll just not multitask and just you'll be so invested in it, you just want to do nothing but watch One Piece.
Real, yeah.
So in general, like, what are some of your favorite? I guess we can go one by one. We can start with TV shows. What are your favorite TV shows?
Well, I think a lot of people know this who's has been around the cool coop, the kayak community, but Severance is like one of my favorite shows right now.
Was it like recently, favorite. Like just when season 2 came out, or has it always been like one of your favorite shows?
No, I just got into Severance like literally this month. Yeah,
like you just like watched season 1 like this month too.
Yeah, I binge watched the whole thing, so season 1 and season 2. Yeah, and I wish I saw it sooner because it's like definitely my flavor of show. Like I really love like not knowing what's happening, and it's kind of like otherworldly, but it's still relatable to real life somehow. Where it's just very. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like one of those things where I'm glad no one told me anything about. I just went into it and I got sucked in immediately. But that has been my most recent favorite, or it's my now favorite TV show.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch more. And let me just tell the viewers about our what's it called?
Proposition.
Yes, our proposition. That's the word I was looking for. So I was like, I'll watch Severance if you watch One Piece. So that's the deal we made. But then I was like, an episode of Severance is like an hour long. So you have to watch 4 episodes of One Piece for me to watch 1 episode of Severance. Because it's like an hour plus 2. Long. Yeah. Oh, it's okay. I've only seen episode 1 of Severance. So I will be watching more.
Okay, that means I have to watch 2 more episodes of One Piece then.
Yeah.
It still does not equate to a whole 2 seasons of Severance.
Yeah, no, well, there's a lot of One Piece episodes, and if you watch like 4 One Piece episodes for every episode of Severance I watch, and then you'll have watched maybe like 100, like 200-ish episodes, and by that time, you'll be so hooked that you'll want to keep watching on your own.
You're banking on my addiction.
Yeah, exactly. I think
it.
You won't be addicted. But if you're not addicted, you can stop watching after those episodes equate to the Severance episodes.
Yeah, honestly, if I got to that point, then I might as well just keep going.
But yeah, that's our deal, and we can have another podcast episode to talk about the results after we both finish what was proposed.
I say you watch SpongeBob after
SpongeBob.
Severance.
And then you just keep watching One Piece.
I'll just keep watching One Piece.
Sounds good.
And then eventually move to Adventure Time.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good.
That's another show I know we both enjoy at least.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's shake on it.
Okay, shaking.
Nice.
You guys see it here first.
It's recorded.
But yeah. Okay, how about movies? Wait. Was there any other show that you wanted to say? Is One Piece the only, or is there another TV show?
Shows?
Yeah.
Are we also including like cartoons? Is that part of TV shows, or is that a different category?
I think anything with multiple episodes in one season, whether that's animation or live.
Well, I have mine kind of split up into a few different categories, so I'll just list them all real quick. So for anime, does anime count as a TV show? Or is that?
Yeah, I think so.
Anime, obviously One Piece. Another one of my favorites is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I also really liked Attack on Titan, Steins Gate, Gurren Lagann. Those are some of my top favorites. For cartoons, my favorites are Adventure Time. That's like number one. Like nothing can overtake that. I also really like Steven Universe, She-Ra, and Ruby. And then for TV shows, like American shows, I really like The Good Place. And I also like Jane the Virgin. Those are my favorites. American TV shows.
Oh, yeah, I like those too. Okay. So for the ones that I listed, so Severance, you guys know.
Yes.
I do love The Good Place. That's a really good one.
Yeah, I really like that one. I love the life lessons it had. And it was funny too. And it was just so good.
Yeah. It's like quirky too. It has like a cute quirk to it. I did start Abbott Elementary, and I think that one's really good too.
Popcorn watches that.
Yeah, I like that one. Brooklyn Nine-Nine has been my comfort show, or my new comfort show. It used to be The Office, but I don't know. I feel like that's changed. It's Brooklyn Nine-Nine now.
Popcorn watches that too.
Really? Yeah. I even have the DVDs for it.
Oh my gosh!
I'm trying to get physical media.
Wow.
So I got all the seasons to Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
That's awesome.
Thank you. And then Midnight Gospel is one of my favorite cartoons. So that one's
heard
like
of that.
a more adult, not like adult as in like grotesque humor or anything like that, just more like adult topics. And it's very introspective, I would say. I really like that one. I cried at the end. It was so good. But yeah, I think those are like the main TV shows lately for me. Yeah. As far as anime though, I would say Parasite. Parasite was one that I really enjoyed that one. And I finished it really fast too.
Nice.
Yar. Okay. Yeah. That's for TV shows. Nice. How about movies?
Okay, movies. Okay, do you have... Okay, I'll just ask. So, I know earlier we talked about, 5 movies that impacted us, growing up.
Yeah.
I'll just talk about those, because the 5 movies that impacted me growing up are also, the same, my top favorite, 5 movies. So, they kind of go hand in hand. So, number 1, also another animated movie, because I'm a weeb, is Spirited Away. I just love Studio Ghibli films. They're so good. And Spirited Away was one of the first films that... I think it might be the first Studio Ghibli one I watched. And it was one of the first movies I ever watched, in my life. As a toddler. I don't know. And I watched this so many times with my family. It was our family movie. We will always watch it on holidays and whatnot. So it was very special to me. And And it was also based off of a location in Taiwan called Jiufen, which I will actually be going to next month. And I've been before as well. But so it's based in Taiwan, or based off of a location in Taiwan. And Spirited Away was one of the very first, a very older animated film. So it was one of the first, animated films to come out. And just like the level of detail that was in all the animation, like the detail, the movements, the flow for a movie that came out so long ago. It was so inspiring, like the techniques and the animations they used. As an animator myself, like that movie is so like incredibly inspiring, and it motivates me to try to work harder on my art and my craft. And let me actually look up when it came out. Yeah, it came out in 2001, but the animation is so good. Like, you can really tell the animators gave life into each and every single character in that movie, whether it's a side character or the main character. Like, there's life in everything, even like the static, still buildings, or like the plants, the grass on the side of the street that the main character is walking through, like animals, like the ghosts in that movie. Like everything was really like brought to life with such vigor and such emotion. It was just very, very amazing animation, and just the story itself too is so wonderful and very impactful and nostalgic too, as a movie I watched many times with my family. So that's definitely number one. I also really liked Howl's Moving Castle, which is another Studio Ghibli film. I actually cosplayed as Howl from that movie.
Wow.
And another film that my parents always watched with me over and over. And then some more recent movies that I really enjoyed that impacted me as well was one, Turning Red, which is a Disney movie. And it was... Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just about this girl who, like, becomes a rare panda, and it was very personal for me because I feel like the relationship between the main character and her mom in that show was extremely similar to my relationship with my mom, like almost on a very like eerie, scary level. Like it was like almost identical, the relationship they have with each other. So I really resonate with that, and in addition to the fact that they're Asian American, and she loves like this band, which reminded me of Twice, and I also love that they showed like feminine products like pads and tampons in that movie. I'm like, wow, that's very Disney doesn't really do that often. And I don't know, I think it's just mainly like a relationship with the main character and her mom in that movie that I really I felt like it really resonated with me. And then another movie I liked was Love, Simon. So this is the only live action movie on my list played by real people.
I've never seen that one.
Yeah, I really like that one because it's just basically about this guy coming out. And when I watched it, I was also in the phase of my life where I was very insecure of my sexuality, and I was very scared of like telling people. It was in the phase of my life where I still like learning more about myself, and watching that movie, it really made me feel more comfortable with my identity and my sexuality. And I really resonated to the main character as well, because he was like combating with his own sexuality too, and liking someone of his same gender, and just wrestling with that, plus like society and the people around him, right? So I really resonate with that because that was the period of life that I was currently in as well when I watched that movie. So I feel like that movie really impacted me, and how comfortable I felt with my sexuality, and all of that moving forward. And the last movie that impacted me was Claws. I don't know if you've seen it. It's an animated Christmas movie. And it was so good. You should definitely watch it. I really enjoyed it. It's a Christmas movie, and it was, I think it was one of the first movies to be animated in a new style where it's 3D animation, but made to look like 2D animation. So it looks like 2D animation, but it's actually made with 3D models. So that actually sparked a new. I might have to fact check this, but I believe Klaus was one of the early movies that sparked a new like experimental style in animation. Where after that movie came out, a lot of other movies came out where it was like they're also experimenting with the 3D but 2D style. And the story in that movie was just so touching too. And I cried a lot. And it was really good. And it impacted me in terms of my career and my passion for like animation art, as well as, you know, my love for life and the people around me, which is like the themes of that movie was trying to tell. But yeah, sorry, that was kind of long. That was kind of long, but those were 5 movies that impacted me growing up.
I love knowing that. That's really cool.
Yeah, or not growing up, but recently.
yeah.
And growing up and recently. Yeah. Okay, what about you?
Okay, I'm gonna adjust a little bit.
Okay.
Because I kind of want to match you. So apologies for editing us. Okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So 5 movies that impacted me. I had to really think about this, and this I have thought about this from like weeks ago. But the top 5 movies. The first one is A Star Is Born. I kind of did this over the course of my life, what has been the most impactful. A Star Is Born has a lot of themes in it that are resembling to a lot of things that I've encountered, and that is why it impacted me. But also the storytelling was just beautiful. The music's beautiful. I love Bradley Cooper's acting in that film. It's so funny. Side note, I'm really seeing how both of our interests coincide with the movies that are impactful to us. So I will carry on. Keep that sentiment in your mind.
Okay.
Yeah, the acting in that one is just so damn good. Like Bradley Cooper blows me away, and Lady Gaga's in it. She does a fabulous job. And yeah, there's just a lot of themes in it, like that. I don't want to get too deep, but there's similar traumas in that film that I have been through, and I felt very seen, like, oh, I have felt that emotion, or have been through something similar to that. Yeah. And then number 2 is Spy Kids 3D.
Oh. Is that the third Spy Kids movie?
Yeah.
Okay. I've seen that.
Yeah. Spy Kids 3D. The reason why I picked that one was because that was one of the movies where I felt when I watched it as a kid, I really wanted to be in it. I really wanted to act in a film like that. Like I was just so inspired. I love how I forgot the girl character and what her name is, but I just love strong female lead roles, or very like just like a strong woman that's a character in a film. I love that stuff even as a kid. And yeah, seeing her character, I was like, I want to be like that. I want to act in a movie and do something like that in a film that's really fun, has like a fantasy element to it, or like it's just like another world. Then I just remember feeling that in the movie theater when I watched it. As far as number 3, I put Shark Tale.
Oh.
Because I didn't grow up with that kind of music before I saw Shark Tale. So when I saw Shark Tale, I loved the music so much. And I love the characters in the film. I can quote a lot of that film, and I think that's also another film that has brought my humor too. And then the 4th one I have written down is La La Land. And I know there's a lot of people who this is probably their favorite film too. And the reason why it's my favorite is because of not only the music, but the cinematography is just gorgeous. And I love me a love story, but also it felt like such a realistic love story because, you know, the end to some people is like a horror film, a tragedy, if you will. But to me, it wasn't. It felt raw. It felt real. It felt Beautiful. I won't say what the ending was just in case there's someone listening here that hasn't seen it, but like that was the kind of overall vibe. Some people may think, but for me personally, I love that. I love that kind of way the story tied up. And it also feels very relatable because the movie revolves around an actress trying to make it in the industry and like some of the things that she has to do in order to keep acting and keep waiting until she has her big break and she gets bigger jobs. She has to do these one-off things and life still goes on, and you see that in her life too. And before, that wasn't necessarily my life when I watched it, especially for the first time, but now when I like watch it, it's a different story. It hits different. And then last but not least is Black Swan. The reason why is because that movie came out when I was like maybe 12, 13. And it's going to sound so silly, but also not. That movie also kind of rang some bells when it came to my own sexuality. And that's kind of what started getting more of the cogs turning, was around that age when I watched that film and then would talk about it with my girlfriends and then kind of being like, wait, hold on, what's happening here? But also it's just such an artistic piece. Like it's I really love Natalie Portman. I think she's a great actress too, and one of my inspirations. She's been in many iconic films, including Black Swan. So yeah, those are my top 5 impactful movies.
Nice. Yay. I love that. I haven't seen a lot of those, so I feel like those are movies I need to check out in the future as well.
I know. You have to send me your list, so
okay,
I can
I will.
also.
I got you.
I think I watched at least 3 of them. I haven't watched Love, Simon, or what was the
Claws.
What was the other one? Claws. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. I haven't seen that one.
Nice. Yeah,
but
I love
that. I forgot to mention there was this anime I watched growing up that I just loved so much, and like personally, when I was younger, I really loved like shoujo kind of animes.
Yeah.
So like there's this one that's called Lovely Complex that I just
I've seen
it.
It's a one with a tall girl and the short guy, right?
Yeah.
I've seen
it's so cute.
It's so good.
I love.
I've only seen the anime though.
Yeah, I've only seen the anime.
Oh, okay.
Is there a live action?
I think they probably made a K-drama out of it or something. I think there is a live action, but I don't know if it's good because usually anime live actions are bad. So yeah. I was just wondering if you read the manga or anything.
Oh, I think I did start reading the manga when I was younger, but I preferred the anime over it.
Yeah, I'm mostly like a visual watcher. I don't really read manga.
Yeah, the only manga I did read all the way through was Death Note.
Oh wow! Yeah. So you're like a Death Note fan, like actual fan.
I was a huge fan when I was younger.
And you watched the anime too?
Yeah, I watched the anime. I read the manga, but I did not want to really watch the live action.
Yeah, the live action was not good. It's okay. You're not missing anything. I actually watched it. I think I watched the movie. I don't know. There's been like multiple Death Note live actions. I watched the movie where they like Americanized it, and it was like Light Turner, and then with like Mia. It was Light Turner and Mia, and honestly, I watched it with my friends like just for fun. Like we knew it was gonna be bad. It was one of those movies where we watched it like just like it was like so bad it's so good, you know.
Yeah.
So it was fun to watch, you know, with the impression that it's so bad, it's so good. Like, we were laughing at how bad it was.
That's what I was thinking it was going to be. It was just, like, really cringy.
Yeah, it was not good. But, we got to play the Death Note Among Us game together then.
There's an Among Us game for Death Note?
I think I told you about it. Where you basically play as, like, the pieces that they show in the anime.
Oh, yeah, we should play that.
Yeah, we should.
I'm curious.
Okay, let's talk about it. Yeah, but going back to our top 5 favorite movies, I think it's nice to note that a lot of our favorite movies were ones where we kind of like saw ourselves in or
Yeah.
saw an ideal self, an ideal version of ourselves in. Like we either like
Mm-hmm.
like our favorite movies were one where we felt represented by, or one where we felt like, oh, like I want to be this person too, or oh,
Yeah.
hey, this person could be me, or maybe it's like the style of the, you know, the movie, like, oh, I want to make stuff like this movie too, you know. So
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
really shows how representation is super important in movies and media, you know, in any piece of work, really. Like, you know, like I
For
watched
sure.
Turning Red and I'm like, oh, these people are Asian American, like that's like me, you know. They're not just Asian, they're
Mm-hmm.
not just American, they're like me, you know. Or like
Yeah.
Love, Simon, like, oh my gosh, someone who, you know, is queer, like that's
Mm-hmm.
similar to me too, you know. And like the
Mm-hmm.
stories that these movies tell, the way that we can really resonate with them, you know. So yeah, I think all that is to say, I think representation is super important, and more diverse representation should be pushed forward in all like the new media coming out.
Definitely. I agree too. Yeah, that's why when I said that note, like, oh
Mm-hmm.
wow, I'm really realizing how we like you said, we're seeing ourselves in the
Yeah.
movies that were the most impactful to us, whether it was
Mm-hmm.
the storytelling, the art of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, super cool. Representation does matter.
Especially
It
as a
does.
child, like your brain is so malleable as a
Mm-hmm.
kid, and everything you watch or read online becomes like something that will permanently change your brain chemistry growing up, you know.
Yeah.
So that's why like it's so scary to think about having kids, because you're like everything you feed or offer to them is gonna affect them in some way, shape, or form as they get older. But it's
Yeah.
really important, like children's media as well too, you know, and the way they absorb, you know, the media today will
Yeah.
likely influence, you know, their way of thinking as they grow up into an adult.
Right. And it's interesting because, I'm pretty sure, yeah, we didn't grow up where things were as fast paced as
Yeah.
they are in terms
Mm-hmm.
of media. So I do wonder what the implications, or sorry,
Mm-hmm.
what that is going to do, or how that's going to impact future generations and the way
Mm-hmm.
their brain forms and takes in information and stuff like that. Because yeah, it's just a completely different thing where, like, for us, we have these actual physical media aspects of media that we probably owned these medias, I
Mm-hmm.
guess. Is that the right way to say that?
Mm-hmm.
um and they're like special, like they're a special thing that we
Yeah.
can like put in the
Mm-hmm.
VCR, put in the DVD player. And so now everything, there's just so much uh accessibility to it, um that I do wonder how that's going to impact children today
Mm-hmm.
later.
Yeah, for sure. I totally agree. And like with representation too, like I feel like when I was growing up, I didn't really have a lot of representation in media. Like all the TV shows I
Mm,
watched were like of white people and straight
yeah.
people and you know, people living in nuclear American households, and I was like, okay, cool, but I can't relate or resonate with them at all. So growing
Mhm.
up, it's been really cool to see people like me in the media that I consume. So I wonder for kids nowadays, like, will they have a hard, like, an easier time, you know, maybe coming to terms with their sexuality? Will they have an easier
Oh
time
yeah.
accepting like who they are, maybe like their race or their religion, whatever, if they
Mm.
have more accessibility to, you know, media like that online, especially with the internet too. Like, you know, I didn't really have access to the internet until I was like maybe like late middle school, you know? So,
Mhm.
but these kids, they're on Instagram like when they're like 8 years old. Because I know, because I have
Yeah.
people comment on my Instagram reels that they're like 8. So I'm like, that's crazy. But,
Yeah.
like for, I mean, it's like pros and cons, you know? Like it's sometimes it's not
Yeah.
good for children that young to be on the internet. But then there's also pros, like, oh, they're, you know, there's so much accessibility, such a diverse range of, you know, opinions and, you know, representation, and people who, you know, might relate and look like them. So I don't know, it's just pros and cons, but I don't know where I was going with that. But
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I wonder if it'd be faster for them to become more accepted. Yeah, it's funny you mentioned like representation because I also felt like I didn't get or feel represented in media, and like I am biracial, like I am half white, half Filipino, but like I don't feel like a white girl and I don't feel like a full Filipino girl either. Like
Yeah.
I'm clearly my own entity there where it's just
Yeah.
like mixed race.
Yeah. Because
But
like
also,
it's like you're not, you know, like you're not white, you're not Filipino, you're mixed, and that's
yeah.
who you are. Like for me, like I'm not Asian, I'm not American, I'm Asian American. Like sometimes I spend too long trying to be Asian, sometimes I spend too long trying to be American, but I have to understand like I am Asian American, like that is who I am, a new category.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
exactly. I think like also Filipinos in media aren't exactly fully represented. Like I feel like sometimes we can be kind of the invisible race where like we play like the actors who are Filipino are playing roles that aren't necessarily represented as a Filipino person or a completely different race for that matter. So it's never fully in your face about
Yeah.
Filipino culture or anything. Up until recently, I think recently I've been seeing more Filipino media that's at least in American space. Um but yeah, so growing up I did not see that. So I was very much like the only person I felt like I kind of looked like was Brenda Song from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Like that was the one person where I was like, is she Filipino? And she's not. I don't think she is Filipino
Oh.
actually. But she was like the one girl where I felt like she kind of looks like me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know. It's interesting to think about because yeah, Filipinos technically majority of them are either mixed already, but they play a different race, or the person that they play doesn't have like cultural representation in that way.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah, that reminds me of like those anime live actions where they cast white or Caucasian people to play, you know, supposedly Asian characters. I'm like, man.
That's just cringe.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's been happening since early movie making.
Yeah.
Where it's a white person who's basically performing yellow face. Let's be real. Like
Yeah.
that's what they call that. The term is yellow facing,
Yes.
and it's just like I don't know. There's arguments with like, well, it's acting. You're acting as this, but then it's like, well, if you're doing a movie that's supposed to be about Asian people, why are you putting? I don't know. It's very cringe. Looking back to old media and the way that they do the makeup in order for them to look a certain way. Yeah, it's
I know.
very cringe.
Yeah. And like the thing where they're like, oh, it's just acting. But there are also Asian actors. Like you can find
No, exactly.
actors, actresses that are that, you know, ethnicity or race.
Yeah. I feel like nowadays people are more passionate about that versus and more aware of that. I guess I should say aware. There's more awareness when it comes to representation.
Agreed.
Whereas before it was just much more of a white person climate.
Yeah.
Like directors, people who worked in productions were primarily male white people. So
Yeah.
nowadays
that's true.
it's becoming more diverse, but I think that's still in there.
Yeah, that's true. And like you can tell by all like the TV shows and movies in the past, like all like every single main character was Caucasian, you know, and there would be like one POC character, and they would be like the comic relief character. So
I know, and that's kind of similar to how I felt about The Good Place with what's his name, Manny Jacinto, I think.
Oh yes, he's a Filipino, right?
Yeah, he's Filipino. But like his character is like the comedic relief or kind of like the dumb one as essentially. And low-key kind of rubbed me the wrong way that it was a Filipino person casted as that. However, I will say, because he was casted in that, like, now he's getting opportunities that are leading to bigger and better things. So that is the plus side of where it's going in his career. But like, yeah, it was just kind of like, why did you cast him for that though? Other than the fact that, you know, clearly he did a good job as acting that way, but
Yeah.
why is it the only Asian man? Why?
Yeah.
But yeah, representation, all in all, representation matters.
Bruno Mars is Filipino too, right?
Yeah, Filipino and Puerto Rican.
Oh, okay, he's half. Nice. Well, speaking of Bruno Mars, what are some of your favorite music?
Other
than Bruno Mars.
Other than Bruno Mars, I wrote down genres that I've been gravitating to. The genres that I've been really liking so far and that have stuck with me are usually jazz, soul, R&B, and city pop. I love city pop. And yeah, so I guess like main artists that I like. I'm just gonna start rambling because I didn't write this.
Yeah, go
ahead.
That's what a podcast is for, to ramble.
Yeah, some indie artists that I really like are like Wave to Earth, Omar Apollo, and some city pop. Actually, I could not tell you what the names are actually. Hameda. There's one that's like, I'll have to look it up. And I really like, lately I've been getting into Billie Eilish, and I didn't before. Like, I wasn't super into Billie Eilish. I knew some of her songs even like before she really popped off, but I just didn't really gravitate towards her music. But recently, like her last album, especially since it's so like LGBTQ coded, I've been very like, wow, I feel seen, or I feel like I resonate with you as an artist more, because she's now like opening up about her sexuality and
what is her sexuality? I don't think
all I know is she likes girls.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if that means she doesn't like men. You know?
Yeah.
So that's all I know. She likes girls.
Okay, yeah.
But
I know that.
I know from some interviews, I know she has like dated men, and she used to think she was straight. From an interview I saw of her from a long time ago. So that's kind of maybe she's having her sexual awakening. But I don't know. I love seeing it, and it makes me feel, I mean, because I feel like I've been having mine these recent years, where I'm like feeling like I'm like at the same time, kind of like living at the same time through it with her. And I think it's really cool that she's doing it through art. So that's recently. But I feel like I'm very much an old soul. I feel weird saying that, but like I very much like older music. So like my favorite soul artist is Donny Hathaway, like hands down, and Marvin Gaye. Those two, love them. And Etta James. I love Etta James. And then I grew up with a lot of classic rock too. So like Journey, AC/DC, Van Halen. I like that music too, honestly. And sometimes I will listen to like very different genres on Spotify. It's so funny. I was just talking about this, but I have like over 80 playlists on Spotify, and it's just like random things from like jazz to like, I have like Polish music in there because I wanted to like try to listen to Polish music and see how I feel about it. But then also I have French music, Italian music, Portuguese music. So I really wanted to try to expand my range. Thanks.
I love that.
Yeah, thank you. I wanted to expand my range because, I don't know, I feel like America can be in its own bubble, and I want to do that with all media, to be honest. Like, I'd like to expand my range with movies, television.
I love that.
Books. Yeah.
Not me, not you having all these playlists of all these like different foreign artists and countries, and my playlist being 100% K-pop.
yeah, to each their own, you know? I mean, because of you, I got into K-pop. I didn't get into K-pop until I met you.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, technically, the K-pop door did open for me when I was like 13 years old because I sat next to someone who was like super obsessed with the like older generation K-pop.
Yeah.
So like Girls' Generation or it's G-Dragon or something like that.
Yeah,
Super Junior.
Big Bang.
Yeah. So those were like the K-pop that I knew, but I knew that K-pop has evolved so much since. So yeah, when I met you, I had no idea who Twice was, and then well, now I know.
I'm glad you found them. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that you try so many different, variety of music, and you really want to get to know like how music evolves and changes throughout like different cultures and different places and different locations and ethnicities. Like I feel like all these different cultures have such different variety and genres of music, so it's very interesting to be able to see all that and truly immerse yourself into that different culture almost, because music is part of culture. Like music is culture, so you're like essentially immersing yourself into this whole different culture, which is I think is really awesome.
For sure. I think music is just a universal language. You can feel the emotion even without really understanding what's being said.
I know. I don't like know Korean.
yeah, same. And I really do enjoy K-pop and the feelings that I get from it, as well as, the many different music. I think the most obscure one is like Russian alternative pop. I don't know what to call it. It is kind of there's something unsettling about it, but I love it so much too.
Oh,
I'll send you a song after.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard Russian pop before, so you'll have to send it to me.
Okay, I will.
Wow, that is awesome. I didn't know you listened to such a wide variety of music from all different languages and cultures.
I mean, that's why I have playlists to organize it, or else my music would just be way too chaotic where I wouldn't understand. Yeah. It'd go from like a really sad song to like a random Portuguese bossa nova. Like, it's just, I need to categorize them. But yeah. What about you, other than Twice?
Okay, so for the music section, I just wrote down Twice.
At least you're honest.
But other than Twice, I like K-pop in general. I wish I was as diverse as you are with music, but unfortunately, my playlist is like 99% K-pop. K-pop wise, I also like other groups like ITZY, Blackpink, aespa. I mostly listen to girl groups. I'm not like super into boy groups, but there are some boy group songs I like. Other than K-pop, I listen to anime songs. Because I'm just a weeb and a Korea boo. It's fine. I'm not as cool as you, Kayak. I listen to K-pop and anime songs.
I would say you are cool. Get out.
I have some anime songs on my... Oh, I like listening to musicals. I like
really?
Musicals. Yeah.
Okay, what musical?
I like Hamilton, Dear Evan Hansen, Wicked.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm curious. What's your favorite song from Hamilton?
Satisfied.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that song too.
Yeah, I like that one. And maybe the one where Aaron Burr sings about waiting in the room for a long time. I forgot the name.
Oh, wait. Not The Room Where It Happened?
The Room Where It Happened. Maybe. Wait for it.
Wait for it. Okay.
Yeah, I like that one.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, and I like the classics. Alexander Hamilton. Yeah.
Yeah.
Helpless.
My favorite.
Helpless.
Oh yeah, Helpless. Yeah. I like Say No to This.
Oh, Say No to This.
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah, that one's good.
That one's very scandalous.
Yeah, that is. That's a scandalous song.
Yeah.
That's the one about the affair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you just someone said this in the chat, but I just feel like you having like very niched interests, you just know what you like. Like this is just something
True.
you know what you want, you know what you like. And I feel like that's admirable too.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, I like Heathers too, the musical.
Okay, yeah. I've been seeing there was an open casting call for Heathers.
Oh my
I
gosh!
saw it on TikTok.
Apply.
It's too late now, but I was too nervous, but I would love to be in Heathers,
Oh, that's
honestly. It'd be really
awesome.
cool. Yeah. But that I want to get into that musical because I heard like a few songs from it and I was like, "Oh, this is a different vibe."
Yeah, I really like it. It's kind of dark, but it's like dark
Yeah.
humor. The entire musical is dark humor.
I love that.
It's like comedic dark humor, but if you look at it seriously, it's actually really dark. But they make it sound funny and comedic.
Honestly, I didn't know you were into musicals too.
Yeah, I like musicals. I'm not like
Yeah.
obsessed, but I like them. Like
Yeah,
when I like
same.
them, I like them. My favorite is definitely Hamilton. I was definitely a bit obsessed with Hamilton for a while, like when it first came out and
Nice.
stuff. Okay, other music. I listen to random American artists. Not
Like who?
I listen to Lauv sometimes.
Wait, Lafay?
No, Lauv.
Lauve?
No, Lauv.
Oh, I don't know that. I don't know.
Oh,
Lauv.
okay. I listen to
Wow,
Lauv.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know, just random. Let me look at my Spotify.
I know. I was gonna
American
pull up my
artists.
Spotify
like,
too.
I'm not obsessed with any like American artists in particular, but
Okay.
there are like some songs, like select songs I like from American artists that I just like add to my playlist, but I don't like
Okay.
follow their songs, if that makes sense. Oh, I've been really into King Princess lately. She's like an indie artist and she sings a lot of queer songs.
Okay.
Yeah, you should check her out. I think you would like her. She reminds me of Chappelle Roan.
Okay. What's the name?
King Princess.
I like
She
the
sings a
name.
lot of queer songs, and we might have to beep this out, but one of her top songs is called "Pussy Is God," and it's a really good song
Awesome.
actually. I like it.
I'm gonna sing
And
that
she
one.
sang the song. Have you seen Arcane?
No, that's on my list though.
It's really good. But okay, there are these two like gay girls in Arcane, and
Yeah.
when they like,
Consummate.
she sings the background song for that.
Oh. Okay.
So she sings a lot of queer songs. I really like her. She's like an indie artist, so I've been
Okay.
listening to a lot of her songs recently. Yeah, I have some Bruno Mars songs on my playlist.
Oh no way.
Yeah, I have what's that song called? Walking on the Moon, you know?
Oh, talking to the
Talking on yeah, that one. Yeah. Grenade,
Cool.
you know, the classics, right? The
Okay.
classics.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like random American artists. I don't know. I have a lot of indie artists, I think. Yeah, a lot of indie artists. The Famps.
Wow. Yeah, you have a lot of indie
Yeah.
Indie
I have some
artists.
Shawn Mendes songs.
Oh, interesting. Nice.
Yeah. And then oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, how about Troye Sivan?
Yeah, I have some of his songs on there too.
I love Troye
Alec
Sivan.
Benjamin.
Not sure.
I have some Taylor Swift songs. I actually like Taylor Swift.
Nice.
I have some Billie Eilish songs too. Yeah, but like I'm not into like any of these people. I just like their songs.
So you're like you don't pick by the artist, you pick by the song you like.
Yeah, in terms of American artists, but for
Yeah.
Twice, it's like, you know,
Everything,
but like for American artists, it's just like, oh, I like this song. I don't want my playlist, even though I don't know who the
Yeah.
artist is.
No,
Yeah.
ooh, I thought of an artist that I like who's also queer, and she's Asian
Ooh,
American. I don't know if she's American actually. She might be. Anyways, her name's Ravina.
Oh, okay.
She's so ethereal, and her music is also ethereal. It's very like, it's giving like it's kind of giving Waterfalls by TLC, like don't go chasing waterfalls.
Oh, interesting.
You know the song?
Okay.
It's just very like, it's very girly pop with a touch of like 90s and Y2K, but very soft girly pop.
Yeah. Okay, I'll have to check them out then. I've never heard of them.
Ravina
reminds me of like Mitski.
Yeah. I like Mitski.
Yeah, that like the vibe you just described reminds me of Mitski, like kind of like soft. And Mitski's Asian American too.
Yeah, I like Mitski. I also like Bia Badoobie.
I don't think I know them.
She's Filipino too.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think she's kind of like more pop indie. She sang the song "I Make a Cup of Coffee."
Oh,
that TikTok song.
I know that song. Okay,
yeah,
I know that song. That song's in my playlist. If I didn't
okay, yeah, her. You know her then.
Yeah, I know her then. Cool, awesome. Well, cool. It seems like you definitely have a very big variety. Me less so, but
I mean, either way, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Okay.
Very nice.
Video games.
Okay. Video games.
We're streamers. We play video games, right?
I know.
We're gamers. We're streamers. That means we're gamers, right? All right. Favorite video games.
Yeah.
What are your favorite video games?
Okay. Undertale.
Okay.
The Sims.
Okay.
Animal Crossing. Stardew Valley. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that because those are the ones that I still to this day do.
Nice.
Okay, pause real quick just so we can say hello.
Yes.
Hi,
hello.
Meow.
Hi, Meow. Soon?
I don't know how to pronounce that actually. Meow Soon or Meow Sune? Well, thank you for the raid. Thank you so much. We're currently doing a podcast right now, the GirlyPop TV podcast. So thank you so much for the raid. I see that you were playing Monster Hunter Wilds. I kind of want to read what the AI says about you. So Meow Soon is a chaotic ball of fun. This Latina VTuber screams, panics, and plays games like Monster Hunter Wilds with reckless abandon. From shopping sprees to fiendish hot man games, their streams are a wild ride. Join the sweet hellish community and embrace the chaos. Very nice. Thank you so much for the raid and bringing your community here. Just to let everybody know that we are doing a podcast. Generally, we don't talk to the chat, but because you rated, we just wanted to say hello and hi and hope you're well. Hope you had an amazing stream, and thank you so much for bringing your community here. Truly,
yes,
thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, should we do a shout out? I'll do a shout out.
I think it automatically gave
a
shout out.
Okay, well, I give you a shout out on my channel as well. So,
yay!
Yeah, go follow everyone. Does it? Here, I'll give a shout out on your channel too.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
On mine?
Wait. Oh no, I think. Oh, okay. Wait. Does this work? Does that work? What? Okay, never mind.
It says it's on cooldown.
Never mind.
Huh.
Yeah, it was nice meeting you, Meow. Also, what do you go by? Is it Meow, or is it Soon or Sune? Yeah, let us know. But I hope you had a good stream.
Yeah, it sounds really fun. I've never played Monster Hunter Wilds.
Yeah, me neither.
It sounds
like an intense
intriguing.
game.
It's funny because we were actually just talking about video games too.
I know we were. Okay, shall we get back into the podcast episode?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Favorite video games?
Yeah. So Undertale, Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing, especially New Horizons.
Ooh.
And The
Sims.
Sims, just
Yeah.
overall, The Sims. I played that a lot growing up. And
Nice.
I guess I'll just put a special shout out to Star Wars Legos games because I played those a
Ooh.
lot when I was growing up too.
Nice. I love that.
Yeah.
I've actually never played Animal Crossing before. What?
Dude, you made my brain stutter right now. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wait, are you serious?
Yes, I've never touched it in my life before.
Why is this news to me? What the heck?
I don't know. I didn't think you would be interested.
The whole time, sorry, this whole time, I really thought you have played it.
No.
What?
I've never
No wonder.
played Animal Crossing in my life.
No wonder you never wanted to go to my island.
I mean, I've seen people play it on Twitch, but I've never personally played it, no.
I'm shook, honestly. I guess I thought you would have played it. I know you love Stardew Valley.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. But I don't know.
I think I've never played Animal Crossing because I feel like it's too similar to Stardew, and I spend too many hours in Stardew, so I don't want to waste my life on another game similar to that.
Farming simulator game, essentially. Yeah, those are the only two farming games that I'll play.
Yeah. I mean, I heard
That
it's really
and-
good. Like, I have
It
friends
is,
that
yeah.
played from, like, the OG, you know, Animal Crossing, to, like, New Leaf and, like, you know, New Horizons. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
But I personally just have never played it.
I'm actually really shook right now. I don't know why this whole time I thought you played that game. I'm so shook.
Nope. I never played The Sims either.
Okay, that doesn't surprise me.
Okay.
That one's like, okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, how about you? What's your top video games you've played?
So Undertale as well. I think that game is amazing in terms of the interactivity and like the different choices you can make and how your choices will result in a different ending. And the story, so good. The choices, the story, like just everything. Even though it's like a pixel, like an 8-bit game, like so it's just the music so good. I think the ending made me cry. Like I shed actual tears over the ending. Yeah, it was so good. Undertale, Breath of the Wild, just because the gameplay is amazing and is so revolutionary for its time.
That's Zelda, right?
Yes, Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Super Paper Mario is my #1 favorite game ever.
Nice.
It is one of the first, games I've ever played. I played it on the Wii, and the story made me sob. I don't usually replay video games. Like, once I played it through once, I'm like, okay, and especially like story-based games, right? Like, if you play it through once, you got the whole story, and you're like, okay, that's it, I got the story, I'm done with it, I'm not gonna go back to it again. No, I played that game like 3 times, which is very unusual for me because I never replay games. And I played it in such a short like period too. I played it like 3 times, like in such a very short period.
Wow.
And then it was embarrassing. I wrote fan fiction for that game. I wrote fan fiction and I read fan fiction. Like I was invested. I made like OCs of that game. Like I was invested. And I was in like middle school, so I was a kid, okay? But I was invested.
Yeah.
Like it changed my brain chemistry, okay? Like if we had like top 5 video games that impacted us growing up, like Super Paper Mario would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like it changed my brain chemistry.
Wow.
I love that game. And then I also like this indie game called Cave Story. It was also on the Wii. Very fun. And then another indie game called Wadanohara. It was also very fun. And then another game, it's not really indie, but kind of. It's Toho Project. I really like that too. And I also liked visual novels, which I guess are also a video game,
Yeah.
So my favorite one is Little Buster. So it's really, really good. Amazing. Cried. Loved it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. My gosh, I didn't even think about like growing, because I have a Game Boy like Game Boy Advance
Oh,
SP.
okay.
I still have it, but there's this game that I played, I played it all the time. Was this Wario game? I don't even remember what it's called
Ooh.
though, but it was a Wario type of game. I played
Mm-hmm.
on the Game Boy Advance SP. Sorry, you just talking about like as a kid. I'm like, yeah, what did I play as a
Yeah.
kid? Because I know I played Star Wars, Legos, and The Sims for
Mm-hmm.
sure. But yeah, those are really interesting games. Could you send me those after?
Yeah, I
I want to
will.
look them up and maybe play
You
or
should play
something.
them on stream. I know Wadanohara is free to
Okay.
play, as well as
Mm-hmm.
Toho Project.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
Maybe free, quotation marks. But
Gotcha.
speaking of like early games, what was your first gaming console?
A Game Boy. A Game Boy.
Oh, nice.
And my first game was the yellow Pikachu Pokemon game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was
That's
my
cool.
first
Nice.
ever Game Boy. Yeah.
That's awesome. See, my first ever Pokemon game was Scarlet and Violet, which is the latest one that came out. So I feel
nice.
I feel like I got into it pretty late on the Switch.
Yeah.
But my first console was the Wii, so I've never owned like a DS or a Game Boy or anything growing up.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So you had the very first Wii.
There's only one Wii.
But there's like Wii U.
Oh yeah. Okay, I just had the Wii.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I just had the Wii, and then now I have a Switch. So those are my only consoles.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I honestly like. I don't know if Genesis was also another gaming console I used. That might have not been mine. That might have been someone else's, and we just like borrowed it for a while. But that was the first time I played Sonic. Was on Genesis.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, but other than that, yeah, Pokemon, Game Boy. I did have the Wii. I wanted the Wii because I wanted to play Dance Dance Revolution.
Oh, nice. I love that. The Wii was like a family console, so it wasn't like mine. It was like my family's. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I've also never played Sonic before. I don't know if that surprises you. No.
That doesn't surprise me actually.
Oh, okay. But Animal Crossing did.
Dude, that still glitches my brain. This whole time I thought like, yeah, how come we never went to each other's islands? Like I remember thinking that like, what the heck, huh?
That's so funny.
I never brought it up though. I guess I just assumed you played the game.
That's so funny. Okay, so I think this is a good segue into current obsessions. Because my current obsession is Stardew Valley. And I know I've played Stardew Valley in the past. I think the first time I played it was like 2019, 2018. I don't know, like really long time ago. I played it for like super long and then I stopped playing. And I never got back into it because I was like, I put so much time and energy and effort into this file, but now I don't know what anything is because like I have so much stuff on my farm, like so many chests. I have like everything, but it would take me like so many days to like just remember where everything is and like relearn the game basically. And that was the barrier that stopped me from playing again. But I just recently got back into it like last month. Because Popcorn wanted to play with me. So I was like, I can't play. I was like, we have to start a new farm. I can't play on my old farm because I don't know where anything is. But she was like, I don't want to start on a brand new farm where I don't have anything. We are playing on your farm. So we played on my farm. And then I like restarted the day like 7 times. Like just trying to learn where everything is and how to play the game again.
Oh my gosh.
But because I didn't like want to waste a day like in game, right? Like doing nothing.
Oh wow.
So I just like
strategy
did the game and then exited it out and then went back in and did the day and exited out. So I like replayed the same day like 7 times just trying to relearn the game and figure out where I put everything. And then once I did, it was actually pretty addicting because Stardew has had so many updates since the last time I played. Like there's like a whole nother island out there. There's like a whole, like so many new like regions and crops, like so many new things and characters too. So I've been having a lot of fun just exploring all that recently. So that is my current obsession is Stardew Valley. along with One
Yeah,
Piece. But yeah.
nice. Yeah, I went through an obsession of Stardew Valley when back in like 2020,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
I stopped. And then I had a obsession again 2024. At the beginning of
Last
2024, I
year?
was back at it again. Yeah,
Oh,
last year I
wow.
was back at it again, and then I stopped. And then yeah, so ever since then I haven't been playing Stardew Valley. But my current obsession right now is Severance. I
Yeah.
feel like that whole concept, I want to like right now I'm currently like getting with friends right now to figure out
Ooh.
a new story or short film that we're just going to make for fun, honestly,
Ooh.
but potentially maybe to submit it somewhere, who knows. But we
Nice.
want to have a story that's inspired by Severance but not quite Severance. So right now we're kind of in the pre-production phase for that.
That's
But
awesome.
because of Severance, it has inspired me when it comes to storytelling and filmmaking that I want to like try to see if I can recreate something with a crew of like friends to create something of that nature. So Severance, I just love it. I've been watching interviews of Adam Scott just talking
Ooh,
about his
nice.
experiences even as an actor being in film in something like this, and you know, he's been in the industry for so long, but this
Yeah,
is like
he
his first
has.
like he's the main guy, his face is everywhere type of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, because he was in The Good Place too, as well as that other
Parks and Rec.
Yes, that one, Parks and Rec.
Yeah, and you know, he's a great actor, but this show really shows his acting
Yeah.
like on another level. Very very impressed with him. And I would say that's also what I'm looking forward to in the future. Now that it's over and we had the season finale for season 2, I'm like, please
That's
don't let it be
awesome.
a few years until the next season. I want to see it ASAP as possible.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah. So, what about you? Is there anything that you're looking forward to in terms of like movies, film,
Well, the
books?
One Piece live action season 2 is coming out this year, so I'm looking forward to that. The One Piece live action season 1 was actually one of the decent anime live actions.
Someone did tell me that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it was
heard
actually
about
pretty
that.
good. I mean, there are still some parts that they, skipped over from the anime adaptation that I would like to have seen in a live action. But I feel like with any adaptation, you would just expect, they can't fit every single detail,
Yeah.
But obviously nothing can ever beat the original. But for an anime live action, this was probably one of the better, if not the best ones. Like, I feel like all the other anime live actions I've seen, it's literally just like they changed the entire plot. Like Death Note. They changed the entire plot, entire story. They even changed the names of the characters, right? But the One Piece live action was really good. Like, everything was the same. Like, Oda is the author of One Piece. He was actually behind the production crew for the One Piece live action.
That's cool.
So he actually oversaw like the entire production for the live action. He like handpicked the cast too.
Wow.
So the entire thing stayed within Oda's vision. So it
Good.
really faithfully followed the anime and the manga. And even the casting, it was very accurate towards the characters themselves in the anime.
Yeah.
So I think One Piece live action is probably the best anime live action there is. And obviously nothing can beat the original, but I really enjoy the One Piece live action. And season 2 comes out this year, so I'm looking forward to that. And another thing I'm looking forward to is I know there's a new Avatar series coming out about the
is that?
Yeah, about the Earth Avatar. Like after Korra.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that as well.
Nice.
I'm not sure if it's a series or movie, because I think there's like a movie coming out and a series as well. But I'm not sure which one it is. 'Cause I know there's another thing coming out for Avatar where it's like about the original crew, but they're like older, like as an adult. So there's that. And then there's the one about the Earth Avatar. So I'm excited for both of them.
Yeah. Wow. Very nice. Oh, I also, is there any, like, I know we're talking about media, but like, do you read any books or have you read any books that have impacted you too?
Books. Okay, so I read a lot of webtoons, which I guess can be categorized into this category. Some webtoons I enjoyed are like Unordinary, Parallel City. I really like those. In terms of actual books, one of my favorite books is called The Poisonwood Bible, which I read it for my AP literature class in high school. And it was actually a really good book. I really enjoyed it. And then recently, I read this book that I also enjoyed. I don't remember the name. But you'll have to come back to me. What about you?
Okay. Let me see. So, generally speaking, I usually read nonfiction.
Oh, okay.
So things like this is one of my favorite books, which is The Creative Act, A Way of Being, which is a nonfiction book.
Okay.
But it's very different than a typical book because it's not like full pages of. Oh, I guess in these cases it is. But usually there's like breaks and like quotes in it. This is one of my favorites, and it changed me as a creative, honestly.
Wait, what is it about?
So it talks about basically it's like advice, but it's not framed as advice about how creativity is. It's like a spiritual practice, essentially. This is the book when we were talking about spirituality that really inspired me when it came to like my spiritual being is a creative as a human being. Like I believe that spurs something in me, and that's kind of the inspiration I got from this book. Yes. Another one is All About Love by Bell Hooks. This one's more of like Bell Hooks experiences and thoughts, kind of more in a feminism direction. And yeah, this was kind of a very changing.
Wait, is it also nonfiction?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like it changed my views on what love means, essentially.
Interesting. I need to read more nonfictions.
Yeah, honestly, I do love nonfiction, but I am trying to spread my book flavor too into fiction, which I'll show in a second.
Okay.
Then
I love how you actually have the books there to show us.
It's show and tell. And then this one is a poetry book that I haven't finished yet, but it's very much about the gender experience. And I guess I shouldn't say gender experience, but so this is Alok. Their gender pronouns are they, them. And it's called Your Wound, My Garden. And it details their experiences regarding gender, but I think it's also more than just gender.
Oh, interesting.
Very, very cool. I went to their comedy special. And
you saw them in real life?
Yeah.
Oh,
I got this from one of their comedy special. And I didn't know that they did comedy because I've only seen content of them talking very, seriously about the binary gender and how it's just like everything pertaining to life, but in such a beautiful way. Like I just find them to be so beautiful. And like they were selling their book, which was they have a book too. It's very short. Actually, I think I have it somewhere.
Oh, nice.
But I don't have it with me. Their book, they talk about, how gender is such a binary, but it's more than just a binary kind of thing. And then they also have poetry books. I just bought this one because this one I gravitated towards. They speak so eloquently. It's beautiful.
And it's all poems, at least for that book?
This book in particular, it's a poetry book.
Nice.
Yeah, I love Alok. And this is my current fiction book that I'm diving into. It's called Woo Woo by Ella Baxter.
Ooh, okay.
And it's about a person who is like on the internet, honestly. They're a
Oh,
content
okay.
creator and it kind of talks about
Cool.
like dealing with validation and stuff. And that's why I was kind of drawn to
Oh,
it because
but
I
it's
was like,
fiction?
oh, it's fiction. Yeah. It's a
Oh.
story, but
So
it's
so the
like
main character
modern.
is a content creator.
Yeah, they have
Ah, cool.
TikTok followers. Like it's very modern and I was like, "Oh, maybe something about this story can inspire some." I don't know. I was just like, "I'm drawn to it. I'm going to buy it."
Wait, I like that.
So,
Okay, send me the name again earlier next time.
okay, I got you. Yeah. So right now I'm trying to expand my reading because I feel like I spent last year reading just nonfiction,
Mm,
but this year I want to just get to know more stories
mm-hmm.
because I believe the more stories you invest yourself into, the more you can enhance your own storytelling.
I totally
Yeah.
agree. Oh my gosh, you're so inspiring. Okay, now I want to
Thanks.
read more nonfiction because of you, because I don't read
Oh,
nonfiction
wow.
at all. Like,
Yeah.
at all. So, I kind of want to try reading some. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely like especially like the creative one. I mean, I have a lot of other
Mm-hmm.
nonfiction I can recommend you, but yeah, there's a lot of nonfiction out
Mm-hmm.
there. I think it's about finding which category you like because there's like, the
Mm.
advice bubble, but there's also a lot of memoirs that you can read
Oh,
about
yeah.
people's stories from real life and stuff like that.
I think the last
So,
nonfiction I read was Jeanette McCurdy's book. I'm glad my
oh, I
mom
have that
died.
one.
Oh, you actually have
Yeah.
it, the physical one?
Yeah, it's in there. It's over there.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's yeah, I read half of it and then I finished it with the audiobook cuz she also reads it in
Yeah,
her
no,
audiobook.
okay, by read I meant listen because I listened to the audiobook actually. So I didn't actually
That's
read it.
real.
I didn't actually read it, but I did listen to the audiobook. And it was so interesting. Like it was
Very
so
interesting.
engaging. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And I've never
Yeah, that
seen
one's a good one.
iCarly, but I still felt like I could connect to and understand, all her words and what she was saying.
I love that.
Oh, and I just remembered the book that I did like a lot. It's called The Last True Poets of the Sea, and I feel like you would like it as
Hmm.
well. It's a
The
fiction
last
book.
what?
The Last True Poets of the Sea. It's a fiction book, and yeah, it's just about a story of this girl.
I
So
like it.
I feel like you would like it.
I like it. Yes.
It's like written like very poetically.
I could totally see that by just the cover.
Oh, you looked it up?
Yeah, I was curious.
Yeah. And there are also queer relationships in it, so we love that.
Love that too. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, but I definitely need to read more books. I kind of want to make that a resolution of mine because, ever since I feel like a lot of people also can relate to me, maybe, but I used to read a lot of books. Like I used to be such an avid book reader, like back in high school. But after high school, I don't know if I just like don't have any more time or whatnot, but ever since like college and even like after college, like once you enter the adult workforce, like I just have not read for fun, like at all.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I get that.
yeah, I would be lucky if I read one book a year. Like
Yep.
I don't
Same.
read at all. So I kind of want to make it a new resolution of mine to start reading more because I feel like it could really enhance my life. But I think
For
the hard
sure,
part is
yeah.
just making it a priority and finding time for that.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, my New Year's resolution this year was supposed to be I'm gonna read 7 books, but I
Yes.
haven't even like finished one yet. So
It's okay. It's only
I am
March.
struggling.
It's only March. It's okay.
True, true.
But yeah,
Yeah,
I do read a lot of webtoons. I don't know if that counts.
I think that does count. I feel like you're still reading, still the act of reading, right?
Yeah, but it's more pictures than words.
You are definitely visual then.
Yeah, I definitely am a visual person. But yeah, so earlier I talked about what I was looking forward to. I don't know if you also said what you're looking forward to in terms of
I think
media.
mainly Severance.
Yeah, just Severance.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't like gotten super into like reoccurring series that much,
Mm-hmm.
where I feel like as gravitated as Severance.
That makes sense.
Um, but I guess one that I don't even know if is it gonna happen is Moon Knight 2, the second season. Sorry, not 2. Moon Knight, the second
Moon
season. I
Knight.
would
Oh,
love to
I
see
don't
that.
think I've watched that.
It's a Marvel TV show.
Oh.
Also, if She-Hulk season 2 came out, that'd be cool too.
I also have not seen
Yeah.
Marvel before.
That's valid. Honestly, I
Okay.
didn't really watch any of it until like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Interesting.
And I like went through a binge of I borrowed someone's Disney Plus and spent a lot of time just
Nice.
watching all the movies and most of the TV shows at least. I didn't watch all of
Nice.
them.
Well, Popcorn
Yeah.
recently has been watching the Harley Quinn show. Or it's a cartoon.
Well, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's like a series.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's just been watching that. And I've been like watching it with her, like when she's watching it, but I'm not really actively watching it. But she's currently watching that. And it's pretty gay because Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy are together.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I didn't
Oh,
know
really?
that.
I thought that was a common
Yeah.
fact.
I
Oh.
didn't really get into Harley Quinn that much, other than like the
Oh.
movie.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I guess it's not Marvel, it's DC, right?
Oh,
I
yeah,
know
that
it's
is
different.
that is
Yeah,
DC.
I know it's
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
But yeah, Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy are in a queer relationship. So I think that might be the main reason why Popcorn's watching.
I know. I'm intrigued now too. I
Yeah.
want to watch. But yeah, I think as far as that, there's music I do look forward to. I know
Oh, yeah.
Bruno Mars is gonna have a new album soon, or at least there's rumors about that.
Yes.
So I look forward to that. And then other than that, I look forward to my own media.
Yes,
creations.
true. Me too. I also look forward to KAYAK'S media.
Thank you. I think I'm also trying to be more. I still want to consume media, like don't get me wrong, but I do think I need to balance my energies on what I do consume. I do want to be a lot more picky in terms of what I choose to consume and the purpose behind. So like I do want to watch movies, I do want to read books, and like I do want to get into reading articles too because I like Substack. Substack is a good place to just like read people's thoughts, but more in an article format. But like, yeah, I doom scroll a lot on TikTok, so I guess I look forward to my For You page.
I want to start like I want to stop doom scrolling and spend that time into consuming actually media that is actually productive and useful for me.
Yeah,
that's my goal.
Same. That's why I'm getting physical media. Like these are my recent purchases. I'm gonna just show you all.
Nice.
But like La La Land, because I want to get my favorite movies, and Perfect Days is also another favorite
I love
of mine.
that.
Thanks. But you know, like these movies, I wanna at least like gain and own my favorite media. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because it gets overwhelming. There's so much to consume if you're on the internet.
For real. What would you say is the one piece of media, whether it's like a artist, a movie, a TV show, what is the one thing that impacted you the most? And how?
Like, what do you mean? Like, are you the category? Like movies or
like
television?
no, like one specific thing.
One thing?
Yeah. If you can say.
Oh my gosh.
I can go first if you want to.
Yeah, you go first. I feel like
so,
you'll have an answer.
So one. Okay, so I'm gonna cheat and say a few things. One, obviously Twice. You know, my content is based around Twice. My love, my everything. So obviously Twice. But I do want to talk a bit about Adventure Time because I would say Adventure Time is probably one of the more personal things that has greatly, significantly like alter my brain chemistry throughout the course of my life that not a lot of people know about, because everyone knows Twice impacted me, but not a lot of people know that Adventure Time impacted me. And I'm just gonna read a bit from this really long blog post I wrote about Adventure Time, if that's all right.
Yes.
But I think Adventure Time, people might think it's like a silly, stupid cartoon, but it actually gets so deep and like it has so many life lessons. It gets very deep, and honestly, there are some traumatic episodes as well. Like it gets serious, especially for a kid show. But I think the entire theme of Adventure Time is kind of like going on a new adventure, like having adventure, right? Like your life is the adventure, like kind of like, enjoy the journey, not the destination. Like the fun will never end. Like, so that's kind of like the core theme of Adventure Time. Like even when you die, when your adventure is quote unquote over, like there are other people who will still keep moving forward, living your lives, carrying your legacy, going on new adventures. Even if not necessarily talking about like your descendants, but even people who don't know you at all, like they will continue to carry your legacy in some way, shape, or form, whether that's through like the energy, or the material possessions that you leave behind in the world, or even not that, even just your like, and I can talk about this in like the spirituality and religion podcast episode as well. But I think like, the same things that are happening right now are destined to repeat, over and over in history. So maybe like the things, the energy, the aura I give off now, like someone else will be giving off the same energy and the same aura, like maybe 500 years in the future as well. So I feel like everyone has kind of like those parallel connections, which Adventure Time really like talks about. Like for example, like it's like Finn and Jake, right? Like the main characters of Adventure Time going on these amazing adventures, and then once at the end of the show, this isn't really a spoiler, but like it's like 500 years later, obviously they're gone, but there's still new characters like that are similar to Finn and Jake. It's also like this kid and like this dog also going on similar adventures. Like, even if they don't know each other at all, like, these same stories, keep repeating. It's, like, different, but yet the same. Like, everything stays, but yet it still changes, right? So, like, even if we haven't seen, each other for a long time, even if we haven't talked, even if, you, your friends, your family, even if you all go your separate ways, you'll always still hold, the moments of the past, the precious moments of when you were together, dear to everyone's hearts. So... yeah, I wrote a lot about this.
I love that though.
Yeah, it's like basically talking about how things will happen again and again. Like they may be different, they may happen to different people in different times, but they will be familiar. Life will go on forever behind and ahead of us, and the people who lived before and after us will be different, but yet familiar in the ways that matter. And maybe one day everything will come to an end. But because we remember, because we experience joy and time goes on forever and ever, because of all that, we'll find ourselves in the people of both the past and the future. And that's why the adventure will never end. So it's kind of a lesson to just go live our lives, be brave, have fun, and enjoy the ride. Like to live in the present. You don't have to care about the future, don't have to care about the past. Because the past has happened, the future will happen, and all that matters is to have fun right now.
Wow.
So I really like that lesson. Kind of like, how like people like always save up, special clothes, save up, untouched silverware for like the special day.
Yeah.
They don't wear unused socks because they're afraid of getting them dirty. So all this is kind of like talking about how you shouldn't like wait for the perfect day. Just do it, and like don't be afraid to just live, because we're all gonna die one day. So you should like dance in front of strangers, embarrass yourself, spend time with your friends and family, ask someone out, go on like 3 a.m. adventures. Just cry, laugh, live, love, enjoy yourself, and don't wait for the future. Don't fall back on the past. Just enjoy it now. So that was kind of like the main theme of Adventure Time, and I really like that. And like watching that show, like growing up with that show essentially, like I feel like really shaped my childhood as well as my adulthood. And I feel like it's also the reason why I want to keep pursuing art as a career, because I wanted to make animations like Adventure Time. I wanted to inspire others with my art, with my work, the way that Adventure Time inspired me.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's also the reason why I want to write like deep, lavish, enticing stories for others to read and watch, because of that show. And okay, in this post, I was like, it was really cringy, but I was like, it's the reason why I want to become a hero, just like Finn, Blindfoldhero. Anyway, sorry, that's cringy.
I love that. It's not cringy.
But yeah, so that show really affected me and changed my brain chemistry a lot. And I know people always think it's like a silly show, but it was actually so deep. And I really enjoyed it.
From what I've heard, and that's the reason why I was rewatching it for a bit. I think I only watched like the first 2 seasons, maybe.
Yeah, that's the silly parts. The deep parts come in later.
Yeah. I had an old friend of mine who recommended that show and was like, it actually gets super deep.
Yeah,
you just
it
gotta
does.
keep watching.
You know, it reminds me.
I didn't finish.
Of have you seen the Disney movie Soul?
Yeah, I love that movie.
The same like the meaning that they were trying to portray in Soul was the same meaning in Adventure Time, where basically like you have to learn to live in the present and enjoy the small moments rather than live for some grand ambition, live for some grandeur goal. Like life is important because of the small moments, not because of the big moments, not because of the weddings, because of, you know, your achievements, your promotion. Like that's not really why life is important. Life is important because of all the small moments and happiness that you experience every day. So that's kind of like what Adventure Time was about as well.
Wow. Yeah, that kind of reminds me of like what I basically learned from this one, All About Love. Like
Nice.
very
Wait, I like that.
Definitely came back to, I mean, not necessarily exactly to the T, but like I can see comparisons where love is so much more meaningful, and like love can coincide with the joy that you may feel too, with today. But you know what? It's also a part of this too.
Oh, nice.
Because like the creative act is the now, like what you're doing now. And it even encourages you, like once you finish something, you just move on to the now. Like you don't look back unless it's for a specific reason.
Okay, so if that lesson is in so many like things, then it must be true.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I really believe, like, I mean, like I was that girly pop that read The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, and like I know like when people talk about nonfiction and like that's one of the books where like, oh my god, like The Power of Now or whatever. But honestly, literally in the title of the book is called The Power of Now.
Yeah.
As in, now is so powerful. That's the only time you have is right now. Like this moment right now, in like us sharing this experience.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
like,
so true.
It's so much more powerful, and I think that's why sometimes we can get ahead of ourselves or way past ourselves.
Yeah, that's why I think it's really important to practice mindfulness as well, to really like be present in the moment, not thinking about the past, not thinking about the future, and be mindful to be here right now. Like you don't have to think about what you're doing next. Like I'm like doing this podcast, a stream right now. Like I don't have to think about like, oh, what should I do next after this? Like I just need to focus on what's happening here. Like I am here in this moment. I'm not in the past. I'm not in the future. I'm here in this moment. So I think that's what mindfulness is very important to. I'm gonna read this excerpt real quick from my blog post.
Okay.
That I wrote. And this was like 2018 me. But I was like, our own lives are undoubtedly short, but yet it's important, not because of the fact that we need to be remembered and make a mark on the world, not because we need to write down and document every minuscule detail so that those in the future will remember and know who we are. That's not why life is important. Life is important because of the abruptly forgotten happiness and the undeniable joy that we experience each and every day in the moment in all of our waking hours. So, yeah, it's kind of what we talked about earlier too.
Wow.
But yeah, okay, what about you? Did you have time to think about it? The one thing that really impacted you.
Oh crap, I got so invested into your thing that I didn't even think about what I I had to answer.
You know what? That's practicing mindfulness. So.
Okay. Let me think about this. Yeah, I was very in the moment. I was very like, I mean, like I had my thoughts running, but I was not even thinking about. I was listening to what you're saying and then thinking about, what has impacted me overall in terms of media?
Yeah. Like, is there like one thing that you feel like your life has changed because of this one thing? Like, this one thing changed the course of your life? If there is. Or
I don't know
who you are.
I don't know if this is like the main.
Or it just greatly impacted you, I guess.
I get, you know what though? I feel like this book. I don't know if this is my main answer, but this is like the answer that makes the most sense right now. Because there's a lot of things that impact me. But this book was very impactful to the start of my creative journey and therefore where I am at today. And I think like I had a lot of wounds internally regarding my own creativity process and like self-doubt and not trusting myself and afraid to be in the now, honestly. And this book really like woke me up to that. And even like adding a lot more compassion to myself in ways I didn't really understand until I read this book.
Okay.
So I feel like that it changed the course of creativity for me, and that how, oh wait, this doesn't have to be like I'm gonna draw a picture and like that act is the creativity. That's not necessarily it. Creativity applies to many aspects to life in general,
right?
And that it's a way of walking in this world rather than a simple like an act, so to speak. I don't know if that makes sense. But I feel like it did change my willingness to try things, even leading today in the moment of like I'm gonna act and put myself out there more in that way. And it scares me to oblivion, but like each time that I do it, I can sense like a healed version of myself is going into it more and more. I don't know. But either way, that I feel like that book opened my eyes a lot to how I can be in this world, what creativity will mean to me, and like why, like even the perfectionist mindset and kind of like becoming more aware of that and then applying that to my actual work. But that's a whole process in itself. Like this was just the start and the impact of it, and then the actions of what followed has been changing and evolving for me. I feel like I should reread it again because honestly, like it's been over a year since I've read it. There's a lot of things in there that I was like, wow, I didn't even think of it that way. But like it's what made me want, like really made me sit down and be like, I need to move out. Like that's the reason why I moved out, was because like I need to shift my environment because I think it would grow me even creatively. I think it would grow me not only emotionally, mentally, and all that stuff, but creatively I would change and shift. And
so that's
I know that's why I'm like, I feel like that book is part of one of the things that have greatly impacted me. I can't choose one though. It's hard.
No, because like everything impacts you at some level, right? So that makes sense. But wow, I want to read that book now. You're like really selling it.
I feel like anybody can take something from it. And even if you were to read like a portion of it, you could take something from it. And also I read part of it in an audiobook, so I listened to it.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe I'll see if it's an audiobook, because I feel like it helps me to listen to audiobooks better, because I can just do that, you know, when I'm driving or when I'm doing other things. Whereas like a book, I have to physically like sit down, make time to read it. So
yeah,
wow,
exactly.
Cool.
Okay, last question to make it all light and to wrap it up very nicely. If there was any character from anything that you would be, who would you be?
Okay, so I have an ideal one, like who I want to be, but I have a realistic one, is who I feel like I would actually be, but not the person I want to be.
Okay.
So I feel like ideal. Well, originally I thought Luffy because he's so smiley and strong and happy, but then I was like, but he also gets hurt a lot, and I don't know if I want to do that. Like, he bleeds a lot and gets his bones broken a lot. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that. So then I thought about, so in Toho Project, the video game series that I mentioned earlier, there's this character I really liked. Her name's Marissa Kirasame, and she is very, like, confident and outgoing, and she's sociable and friendly with everyone. So I feel like her personality is the ideal personality that I would like me to be, or like at least evolve into. But I feel like that is not my current personality. So realistically, I would say I'm probably more like, so I don't know if you've seen this, but there's an anime called Honey and Clover. And the main character, his name is Yuta. I feel like I'm very similar to him because he goes to an art college, you know, so he's very artistic. He's more on the, I guess, the shy side, and which is what I would say I am as well. He thinks a lot, he ponders a lot. He literally went on a bike ride just to like find himself again, you know. So I feel like he's very like deep and introspective. So I feel like that's more like me, realistically.
Wow, you put in a lot of thought. I did not put in thought.
No, go ahead. What is yours?
I like your answer though. I like how you had like your ideal version, but also the realistic version. I put Buttercup because I love Buttercup.
Girls?
Powerpuff Girls, yeah.
Powerpuff Girls, yes.
Yeah, I loved Powerpuff Girls when I was younger, and I still do. Hee hee. But I felt gravitated towards Buttercup, but I think realistically, I kind of come across as Blossom.
Okay.
Which is the leader of the three. I feel like realistically, I'm probably more so like a bit more goody, a bit more like, hey guys, come on, you know, mentality.
That makes sense.
But I could also see the part of me that is like Buttercup too. But I think that goes to show like I naturally gravitated to that kind of character that's very like not harsh, but more aggressive. And I don't know. I feel like sometimes I think like the characters that you gravitate towards are also mirrors that reflect to yourself. So I feel like that was definitely like a mirror of maybe who I wanted to be. Because, you know, I'm not someone who's I haven't been someone who was good at standing up for myself, especially in a responsible manner. But as far as like Buttercup, like she's just kind of like straight shot, but will hurt your feelings probably too.
Yeah, I see.
Blossom is much more like responsible. But you know, like I feel like maybe aggression wasn't just my forte. And as a kid, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Either way, nice. I just gravitated towards Buttercup. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I also did not watch Powerpuff Girls, but I know about it. Yeah.
I had a long list of cartoons I grew up watching. I didn't even say them, actually.
Oh, yeah. Wait, say them now.
Okay. So, Spongebob.
Okay.
Fairly Odd Parents. Have you seen it?
No, but I'm a fake fan because I cosplayed as Cosmo with my friend for one Halloween.
I love that, though. Totally Spies.
Okay.
Chalk Zone, which also makes sense because Chalk Zone is very, like, otherworld. You go into different worlds through chalk. Chowder. I feel like Chowder also captured my humor. Because it's very ridiculous, absurd, witty. And Teenage Robot, The Proud Family, Magic School Bus, and Robot Chicken.
Magic School Bus?
Yeah, I watched Magic School Bus.
Nice. Okay, So Magic School Bus is the only one I've watched on that list.
No way.
I did like Magic School Bus though.
But you know, you mentioned how you grew up with Studio Ghibli.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't know anything about Studio
Really?
Ghibli until I was like
Oh wow.
13 years old. And someone was
Mm.
like, "Have you seen Spirited Away?" And I'm like, at the time I wanted to lie.
Be
It's
with
like
the
one of
cool
those
kids.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to be a cool kid and like just say, "Yeah, I've seen it." And I think I did say that. They're like, "Yeah, you remember that part?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
I know what you mean.
Yeah, but I didn't watch it until maybe like the start of high school, and that's when I was like, "Whoa, this is opening a new world for me." Yeah.
Interesting. Did you watch Nickelodeon?
Yeah, Nickelodeon, Cartoon
Like,
Network,
okay.
Disney Channel. I was more into Nickelodeon than Disney.
Mm.
Yeah, what about you?
I watched Studio Ghibli and Pokemon.
I love that.
Because I feel like everyone around me grew up on like Sweet Life of, Zack and Cody and iCarly
Yeah.
and, all those classics. Wizards of Waverly Place. I didn't
Yep.
watch any of that. I just watched Pokemon
Wow.
and Studio Ghibli
Was that-
movies.
Was that a choice or was it access?
I don't know. I guess both, maybe. Well, I didn't watch SpongeBob because my mom didn't let me watch SpongeBob. Right? She said it would rot my brain before the term brain rot existed. She basically told me it was brain rot.
She caught that.
Yeah. And I don't know. I liked it. I enjoyed watching. Like I didn't want to watch anything else. So
I think you've always just known what you like.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I watched
That's
Pokemon and
cool.
Digimon growing up.
That's so cool. I mean,
Yeah.
I did too. Yeah. I think I didn't watch it like after like 7, 8 years old, I think. But I
Oh,
had the
yeah.
movie in VHS. The first Pokemon movie at least.
Nice. Yeah,
But nice, yeah.
I watched it all the way to Diamond and Pearl, which is like pretty far along.
Yeah, that is pretty far.
Yeah.
I think once they started like expanding past the OG Pokemon, I was like, I can't keep up.
Oh, yeah, once
I don't want
Misty
to.
left, you're like, nah.
Yeah, no, I was like, nah, I don't want to anymore.
Yeah, that's valid.
Who are these people?
Okay, I watched until Brock left, okay? So I stayed with Brock the entire time. That was Diamond and Pearl. And when
Wow.
Brock left and it was just Ash with these random people, I'm like, no, I'm done.
Very nice, though.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I think that's
Yeah.
about it.
I think so too. All right, want to wrap it up?
Yeah. Wait, one last question. Favorite character of all time?
Favorite character of all time?
Yeah.
I can't answer that.
Okay, I'll say mine. Mine will be Marissa from Toho, which I said earlier. That I wanted to be like her.
Oh, okay. There's too much abundance of choice. I feel
I also like
overwhelmed.
Bakugo from My Hero Academia. And Luffy, obviously.
Is it basic to say SpongeBob?
No, I mean, that's you. You are SpongeBob.
Yeah, I know.
Self-love is important.
I guess I would pick SpongeBob because SpongeBob captures
Yeah.
what joy is and like that inner child aspect, that innocence. Because there is like a little bit of that like cluelessness to
Yeah.
the bitterness you grow as an adult. And I feel like Squidward represents that because I feel like when most people watch SpongeBob, you know, as a kid, they love SpongeBob or Patrick. But then growing up, when you look back, you start to love, or you start to resonate a lot with Squidward, who's like the grumpy, older, mature kind of vibe. But like, I feel like SpongeBob resembles, and maybe this is why I still love SpongeBob, resembles like the child, innocent, playful part of myself that I still want to keep.
Yeah. I feel
So
that.
I think that's my all-time favorite character. Yeah.
Nice. I love that. Cool.
Yar.
Well, we're
Okay.
both cosplaying as our favorite characters, so
I know.
love that. Okay, well, this was a fun episode. The next episode won't be out for a while because I'll be going overseas. So we are going on hiatus in April, but we'll be back in May. And well, I guess we're not really going on hiatus, but we're still publishing episodes on YouTube and Spotify. So
True.
yeah, but no new episodes on Twitch coming out at least. So stay tuned on our socials. Be sure to check out the YouTube channel, and we'll be posting our entire video there, and then the audio for. Well, actually, I've been uploading video versions on Spotify too. So both video versions will be available on
True.
YouTube and Spotify. So definitely check it out. But yeah, thank you so much everyone for watching. As always, we really appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And to those watching not live, thank you so much for watching, spending the time to listen to us. And as always, please subscribe,
Yes.
give us a 5-star review on Spotify,
Yeah.
comment down below.
Yeah, also
Let
comment
us
down
know.
below what your favorite video games, movies, TV shows, characters are. And let us
Yeah.
know if you have any recommendations for all those things, like any book recommendations, TV shows, movies. Yeah, let us know what your favorites are. Make sure to comment down below. Let us know your favorites.
Yes. So thank you for watching.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. This
Bye,
has been your
cuties.
co-host, Blindfoldhero, and
Koolkayak.
bye, cuties.
Bye.
Bye. Wait, you should do an outro in character. And then I'll do an outro in character.
Die.
俺はモキ D. Luffy. Okay.
Okay. That's all I got.
Bye.
Bye.